ידיד נפש אף הרחמן משוך עבדך אל רצונך ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל ישתחווה אל מול הדרך כי ערב לא ידידותך מנופת צוף וכל טעם יאי רי 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 יאי רי 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 יאי רי 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 יאי רי רי זיו העולם נפשי חולה אהבתך אנא אל נא רפנה לה בחולה נועם זיווך אז תתחזק ותתרפא והייתה לה שבחת עולם יאי רי 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 יאי רי 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 יאי רי 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 Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom, Carl. So we just sang a song about love.
Mm-hmm.
You got love on your mind?
You got a lot of love going on at Cedar House.
Love on your mind for any particular reason? For the people who don't know, who just, came for Shabbos, what's going on?
What's going on? My eldest son is getting married tomorrow night.
Ooh. And who's doing the wedding, Carl?
Oh, gosh. Couldn't find a rabbi, so it's me.
Yeah.
And
how lucky to get married by Carl Cedar. Man, oh, man. It's going to be a beautiful wedding. Everybody good? Everybody healthy? Everybody made their way in? Who's here as a guest?
Raise your
family?
hand,
Yeah. Family's there. Great. Bride and groom are busy, right? Boo. Glad to have you here. I also had the kind of wedding where I had to set up the venue too. So I get that. And then show up the next morning to clean. I hope that you didn't arrange for that. We had to show up at 8 a.m. at the venue to sweep up in the morning. Bad use of a wedding morning.
they're going to do that.
They're going to do that. Okay, it builds character. We have a double celebration tonight. It is both Shabbat and the beginning of Sukkot. We just finished a lovely dinner for our bite-sizers, which is our cute name for our preschoolers, out in the sukkah, which was really very sweet, and some of them are going to come in and join us. We'll have dinner in the sukkah afterwards, and so please, I hope that you're planning to stay for that. One of the things that changes when we have Shabbat at the same time as a holiday is we actually abbreviate all of the preparation that we do, the Kabbalat Shabbat Psalms and L'Chadodi, because that's meant to be bringing us into a state of elevation, except we're already supposed to be there magically because it's Sukkot. The truth is I actually need still a little bit of warming up. I need a little bit of warming up because transitioning from the busyness of the week into Shabbat is hard. It doesn't happen instantly. And so our tradition doesn't give us these psalms. So I'll just ask if we can collectively just take a deep breath.
Let it out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And on a holiday which is about gratitude and Shabbat, which is always about gratitude, is there something you're feeling grateful for? I'd love to hear 5 or 6. Something you're feeling grateful for. Help us move into a place of Shabbat. What are you feeling grateful for, Carl? That Yom Kippur is behind us. Believe me, amen, amen, amen. Who else has got something they're feeling grateful for? Move us into Shabbat. Yeah, please, Beth. That your sukkah is up. There you go. You're supposed to have it done the minute the fast is over. No, that does not happen. Good job. You got it up before the holiday. We might need to put some finishing touches on it during Hol HaMoed. Yeah, Nancy, what are you feeling good about? You just have so much to feel grateful for. Beautiful. Let's get 1 or 2 more. Who else feeling grateful? Yeah, Donna. Wonderful. Do you want to introduce your guest? Donna. Please. Double Donna's over there. Love it. Love it, love it. Anybody else? Something you're feeling grateful for? Yeah, please. Yeah, I'm brothers? No. From other mothers. Yeah, there you go. Nice. With a little bit of oxygen in our lungs, with a lot of gratitude in our hearts, let's move our way into Shabbat. We start with the Psalm for Shabbat, Psalm 92, which is found on page 27. Thanks.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. צדיק כתמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יזכה, שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו. עוד ינובון בסבב, לשנים ועננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני, צורי ולא עוולתה בו. עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נאווה קודש אדוני, לאורך ימים.
If If there's anybody saying Kaddish, remembering a loved one, it's on page 30. Invite you to rise. Yitgadal v'yikadash Shmiraba v'yalma divrach Yerute v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael v'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach Leolam Olmei Almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'tormam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei dekudesha Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran bi'alma v'yimru Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Oseh Shalom b'mramav huya aseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Begin our Mariv service on page 39. Invite everybody to please rise.
39A. Yai hai hai hai. Yai hai 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 hai. Yai hai 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 hai. Yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 Baruch Adonai Amvorah seated. Umavir yom umavir laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch ata Adonai, hamariv aravim. Page 40. Avat olam bed Yisrael, Amacha Havta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu lemadeta Al ken Adonai Eloheinu B'shachveinu u'vekumeinu Nasiach bechukecha V'nizmach בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ויורך ימינו ויורך ימינו ובהם נגד יומם ולילה V'avatcha al tasir mimenu li'olamim Baruch ata Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael. Page 41. Listen, Israel Adonai, our God is one. Shema Yisrael Adonai. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך hayom alevavecha, vishinantam levanecha, veribaharta bam, beshivtecha bevetecha, uvlechtecha vaderech, uvshachtecha uvkumecha, ukshartam liot al yodecha, v'hayu letotafot beinecha, uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Shema is concluded privately to the bottom of 42. More. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Please turn to page 43b. Let's read together in English, page 43b. You proclaimed the covenant on the seventh day. You declared it and decreed it. We listened and heard it. You loved this day we inherited, delighting in its remembrance, and began its command with the word remember, Zachor. From the time you bestowed it, joy filled the hearts of Jeshurun, the people you redeemed, securing the cause of righteousness. You exalted Shabbat as a sign between us forever. In 6 days your world was formed. On the seventh day you rested. And on this day, Israel, your people rest. To honor your name, they sing songs of praise to the one deserving of praise, willingly accepting God's sovereignty. Then Moses, Miriam, and the people Israel joyfully sang unto you, who is like you, Adonai, among the mighty? Who is like you, adorned in holiness, revered in praise, working wonders? They sang Michamocha, Michamocha, Ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha, Edor Bakodesh, Nora Tehilot, Osei Felep, Nora Tehilot, Osei Felep. Yaidai with me. Yaidai, 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 Malchut hara vanecha boker yam lifnei Moshe ze Eli anu v'amru Adonai yimloch leolam va v'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miyad chazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai gal Yisrael.
Page 45, Hashkivenu is a prayer for peace. I'm curious, before we say this prayer, to actually set an intention of who it is you're praying for peace for. Are you praying for peace for yourself? Are you praying for peace for a friend? Are you praying for peace for a nation? Who are you praying for peace for? Let's say a few of them out loud. Who are you saying? All of the above. Check D for all of the above.
American people.
The American people. Israel. Who are you praying for peace for? Inside and inside. Who are you praying for peace for? Yeah. Humanity. Who are you praying for peace for, Steve? Ukraine. Who are you praying for peace for? Over here. Cynthia. For your dad. Who are you praying for peace for? For Israel. It's important that these prayers be prayers and not just songs. Right. They're a setting of intention of the heart. They are a stirring to action. They are meant, a prayer for peace is meant to make us more open to our role as peacemakers. A prayer for peace is supposed to move us to actually do something to advance the peace, whether in here or out there. So we're going to sing this, and it's beautiful, and Carl's got a very special way of doing Hashkivenu, but I want us to treat it not as a song. I want us to treat it as a prayer.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu Malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu Malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor Seitenu Sometimes I lay under the moon. I thank God I'm breathing. Then I say, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. 'Cause when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. Because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and the children will play. Someday, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Baruch Atah Adonai Hapores Sukat Shalom Aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim v'al kol yoshvei tevel. We rise, page 46. V'sharu b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat la'asot haShabbat b'doratam b'rit olam. Yikadav yitkadash shmei rabbah v'amad yivra kiyutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon yomechon u'v'chayedecho beit Yisrael bagara u'v'zman kariv v'yimeru Yehesh me Rabbu bevorach, Olam Yitbarach v'yishtabach Yitba'ar v'yiromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar V'yitaleh v'yithalal Shemei Kudusha Leila min kol birchata v'shirata Tushmechata v'nechemata Amiran v'alma v'miru.
The Friday night Amida begins on page 47. People who are regulars here, I'm sure, are getting sick of hearing me say it, but you can feel free to use the words in the book. You can feel equally free to close the book and use the words in your own heart. Reb Zalman used to say that the words in the book are somebody else's freeze-dried prayers, and MREs can keep you and sustain you when you have nothing else to eat, but they're not actually that delicious. So use the words in the book if you need them, but feel really empowered to close the book and use the prayers in your heart that don't come freeze-dried, that come alive and fresh and spontaneous and today. Take this time. Use it well.
Oh, say shalom bimroma. Huya say shalom aleinu. Via kol Yisrael. Vimru amin. Yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu. ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ויאמרו
So in a few minutes, we'll offer a Misha Berach, a prayer for those who are in need of healing. We'll do the final prayers, conclude the service, make our way out to the sukkah for dinner. Before we do, the opportunity to just talk for a minute or two. Last week, I posted something on Facebook that is up over 400 shares. This is me bragging. I went viral this week. It's the biggest, most shares I've ever gotten on social media. It's so cool. And the post that went viral starts, I wish you a hard Yom Kippur. I wish you a hard Yom Kippur. I don't wish you an easy fast. I wish you a hard Yom Kippur. And talking about all the ways in which I hoped that Yom Kippur would break our collective hearts and enable us, empower us, utz us, to do the work, and people love it. They share it widely. I have heard from so many people, rabbis, who say, can I read this in my congregation? I wish you a Yom Kippur, a hard Yom Kippur. And it's one of those places where I get credit for doing actually the easy thing. Because Jews love to be told that being Jewish is hard. It's one of our favorite things to hear. We love hearing about how we have been through so much from the time we left Egypt through all of the hardships of our history. We love that stuff. We love talking about how difficult it is to be Jewish. And you know how I know that we love the difficulty of Judaism? I know because 5 days ago on Yom Kippur, on the day in which we are not supposed to eat and afflict our souls, the day in which we're supposed to spend the entire day in synagogue working through a whole prayer book's worth of prayers, the day which is supposed to rip us open and also supposed to just entirely wear us out, we were seated to the back of the social hall. There were 600 people here and another 400 watching online. People love the hard stuff. Maybe it makes us feel like Marines. Maybe being Jewish is a little bit like being in the Marines. It's actually, I think, harder spiritual work for us a lot of times to embrace the joyful stuff, like Sukkot. Right? Sukkot is not a hard holiday. Sukkot is sweetness. Sukkot is build a backyard fort like you always wanted to do as a kid, and decorate it real pretty and have big meals where you don't count calories sitting outside under the stars. Invite your family and friends, and when you get together for services, sing Hallel, sing songs of joy. Sukkot, one of the things I was reading this week from Rabbi Yitz Greenberg, giant of Orthodox thought, says most of the mitzvahs that we do don't care whether we enjoy doing them or not. If keeping kosher is unpleasant for you, keep kosher anyway. If Shabbat is rough for you, keep Shabbat anyway. If you're bleeding to death, you can call an ambulance. But there's no pass in Jewish law for, but I really want to go to the store. Plenty of Jews do, but there's no pass in Jewish law to do that. Whether these are easy for you or hard for you, you got to do them, except for on Sukkot. On Sukkot specifically, the halakha, the Jewish law is, if it's raining outside, it's going to be raining tomorrow, you don't have to sit in your sukkah. It's the only mitzvah where you get a pass for being mildly uncomfortable. Right? You get a pass for life and death with the rest of them. But on Sukkot, if your soup is going to get watered down, says the Talmud, if your soup is going to get watered down by the rain, come inside. Be comfortable. This is a holiday which is supposed to be about lightness and joy. This is not a holiday that's supposed to break our hearts. This is not a holiday that asks us to dig deep and ask the profound questions. This is a holiday of joy, and it ends with a dance party with an open bar. And I want us, as we start Sukkot, I want us to know that that's religious too. It's not just religious if you're fasting. It's not just religious if you're suffering. It's not just religious if it comes with guilt. It's also religious to celebrate. It's also religious to feast. It's also religious to sing. It's also religious to dance. Judaism is about the whole range of what it is to be human. We have to have the capacity to cry at Yizkor. We have to have the capacity to dig deep in our souls and look at ourselves seriously. And we have to be able to, 5 days later, just enjoy a festival of fun. And if we could see Judaism that holistically, if we could see Judaism that broadly, if we could see Judaism as something which both breaks our hearts and lifts it to the highest heights, then we're giving Judaism the credit it's due. And so if you're a person who is drawn a little bit to the holidays of schmerz, to the holidays of pain, if you're a person who doesn't really believe it's Jewish unless it's in the minor key, I invite you to push yourself a little bit. I invite you to find the spirituality in the joy, because it's there just as much as it's in the suffering. We're about all of it, people. We're about the whole range of what it is to be human and taking that and making it sacred. I wish you a sweet and fun and joyful Sukkot. Let's celebrate together. In that mode, before we go straight into a prayer for healing, is there something fun we could sing? He only knows 57,000 songs, and when you know that, you get paralysis, right?
Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Or Avinu Chai. Or Avinu Chai. Hey, Or Avinu, Or Avinu, Or Avinu Chai. Or Avinu Chai. Hey, Or Avinu Chai. Or Avinu, Or Avinu, Or Avinu Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael 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 Chai. Or Avinu Chai. Or Avinu Chai. Or Avinu, Or Avinu, Or Avinu Chai. Or Avinu Chai. Or Avinu Chai. Or Avinu, Or Avinu, Or Avinu Chai. Last time, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. The CDI dancers, ladies and gentlemen.
So in acknowledging the full range of human experience, we dance, and we also send thoughts to those who really need thoughts. We send prayers to those who are in need of uplift. If you were thinking of somebody, holding somebody in your heart who is in need of a little bit of extra prayer for healing, please rise in your place, call them to mind so we can collectively pray for their recovery.
Mi sheberach Avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel v'Leah, Hu yivarech v'yirapeh et hacholim. refanala, il na refanala, il na refanala, il na refanala. Mishberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Ve'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel V'Leah Uyivarech V'Yirapeh El HaCholim Uyivarech V'Yirapeh El HaCholim.
For all of them, we wish refuat nefesh, healing of spirit, refuat guf, together with all those who are sick, and we say together, Amen. Continue with. I think we've got Kiddush out in the sukkah, so we'll skip to Aleinu, page 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzev reishi, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzon, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamona, Kadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Noteh Shamayim V'Yoseh Haaretz, Moshe Karo B'Shamayim Imaha, U'Shchinatu Zo, U'Shchinatu Zo, B'Kochei Meromim, Eloheinu Eino, Emed Malkeinu, Efesurato, Takatu B'Torato, V'yadata Hayom V'hashivota El Vavecha, Ki Adonai Hu Elohim B'Shamayim Imaha, V'Yaaretz Mitachat Ein Od Eino. Kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar v'harya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz. Bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad. U'shemo
Again, we offer Kaddish on page 58. Please remain standing if you're remembering a loved one. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru,
Amen.
Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam omei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudisha, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran bi'alma v'yimru,
Amen.
Yehei shlam maraba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru,
Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Before we conclude with a song, you can be seated. Do we have anybody here who is a board member designated to make announcements? Amy, were you tapped? Nope. I think you were the sole board member in the room, though many past folks, paroled folks, I see. I'll just say Shabbat services tomorrow morning, the bat mitzvah of Mila Such, all the way from New Zealand here to have her bat mitzvah with us. This is a family that's been with us for many years who moved to New Zealand last year but didn't want to miss having the bat mitzvah here. So they all flew back for the celebration. It'll be really fun. We have Sukkot services on Sunday morning as well. And many big things coming up, in particular Simchat Torah, one of my very favorite nights of the year, October 7th. That's a Saturday night with Mostly Kosher headlining. Mostly Kosher is a klezmer bluegrass band, perhaps best known for playing the Guinness Book of World Records longest hora at my wedding. Everybody's feet were numb for a week. That'll be Saturday night the 7th. And then the following Shabbat, October 14th, excited to announce we will have Mayim Bialik, host of Jeopardy, and many other wonderful things, will be here joining us for Shabbat. She'll be speaking for the Bima and doing a conversation with me over lunch. Many, many wonderful things coming up. I want to acknowledge our newest member of CBI, Michelle Lerman in the back, is the latest to join CBI. I just counted in the last 16 months, we are officially at 93 families who have joined CBI in the last 16 months. And 47 who have joined this year since membership opened August 1st. Really amazing community on the rise. If you are here as a new person, as somebody either who just joined or who's considering, I want to especially welcome you here and make sure please don't leave without us having a conversation. But for people who are here just for the first time and people who have been holding down the fort for 40 years, you are all equally welcome, equally beloved. We are so grateful for our veteran community and so grateful for our growing community. We'll close with Shalom Aleichem and invite the angels to be with us.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharim, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu Mile Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzechem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yai Rai Rai, Yai Rai Rai Rai, Yai Rai 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 Rai, Yai Rai Rai, Yai Rai. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, Hag Sameach, huge mazel tov to the Cedar family on a big upcoming Simcha. May it be totally full of joy. Please join us out on the courtyard in the Sukkah. We'll share dinner together.